What we do know, however, is she was the daughter of Thomas Boleyn and his wife Elizabeth Howard, daughter of Thomas Howard, the 2nd Duke of Norfolk. At some time in 1512, her father became ambassador to the Low Countries, and he secured her a place of education at the court of Margaret of Austria, no less. So it seems likely she encountered young Archduke Charles there. When we refer to Thomas Boleyn being an ambassador, we need to be a little circumspect. The idea of a resident ambassador was still developing at the time. The papacy had begun the practice in the states of the Italian peninsula towards the end of the previous century. In fact, the Oxford Dictionary of National Biography claims that Thomas Boleyn was chosen as an English pioneer of the resident rather than the extraordinary ambassador. The extraordinary ambassador, conversely, was traditionally sent on a specific mission and was expected to return once the assignment was complete. We therefore need to be a little bit careful not to assume that an ambassador was away for a number of years in one place. It's also possible at that time that an ambassador to a particular country may have conducted a shuttle form of diplomacy, back and forth between nations. As the century moved on, so the role of the resident ambassador progressed and later became the norm. There has always been much speculation, quarrelsome speculation, about how Anne came to be in France, much of which centres on the great entourage of ladies that Henry's sister Mary took over there at the time of her marriage to King Louis. Anne also had a sister called Mary, and her name was on the list of those who went, but Anne's was not. The most likely explanation for that is that she travelled overland directly from Margaret of Austria's court in the Low Countries. Whichever way, I tend to think that as her father was one of the most senior, if not the most senior diplomats in service to the king, she probably travelled unobtrusively with him here, there and anywhere on any number of occasions. Irrespective of how she arrived there, we do know this daughter of one of England's high-flying Whitehall mandarins became attached to the court of Francis's wife Claude, and spent most of the next 10 years, if not longer, in and around the French royal palaces, particularly those in the Loire Valley. Indeed, she so thoroughly took France to her heart as to seem, said the diplomat Lancelot de Carle, a native-born Frenchwoman, and she seemed to believe, as others did about her, she was something even more, a French princess. That persona was certainly the reason for her rise, and her exaggeration of it even more certainly the cause of her fall.